Hey, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Mm-mm. Hey, everybody. Hope you are all doing well. It's Saturday. Had a slight change of plans today. Y'all bear with me just a moment here. Let's see. All right. As y'all can see, I'm in my walking gear. It's about time to walk in just a bit. Fix my clothes. All right. Hey, all right. So I hope y'all are doing well. Like I said before, my name is Nakikia Wilson, aka Coach Keep It Moving, and we are at the end of National Mental Illness Awareness Week. And all week we've been doing talking about different topics that relate to emotional and mental illness. Let's see. Excuse me, sorry, my kids are still with me. But so all week we've been talking about different topics surrounding mental and emotional health. Monday we were talking about mental and emotional abuse. Tuesday we talked about mental and emotional health during the pandemic. We talked on Wednesday about that don't slip in my mind. Wednesday, we talked about psychological trauma in the Black community. And Thursday, we expounded on co-parenting 101 and how that can affect unhealthy co-parenting can affect children emotionally and mentally in a bad way. So we talked about that. And last night we just had like a free for all Friday. We talked about frustrations and things that frustrates us about and what's going on in the world today, society. We talked about a lot of different things, and it was a really good show last night. It really was. So today's show is surrounding self-care. I was supposed to be in Kinston this morning, but the cats and dogs decided to fall out the sky, and so change of plans. So I'm hoping that everything is going well in Kinston, and hopefully Takima will be able to come on and talk to us a little bit about how uh, diet and fitness can actually help you with emotional and mental health. So we'll see. If not, we'll get with her a little later at a different time, which is fine. But I still want to come and share, my perspective on self-care and what that entails and what it looks like for me. And maybe you can take some ideas from it. I just want people to understand that self-care is not selfish. It really is not. And it's very important to your mental and emotional health. I mean, you cannot take care of everybody around you and not take care of yourself as well. You're doing a disservice, not only to them, but you're doing a disservice you have to take care of you as well. And I know as mothers, wives, girlfriends, what have you, women tend to put themselves on the back burner all the time in this whole um, living life. And we tend to forget that it's important that we tend to ourselves and get the things that we need for ourselves so that we can function properly. And we often leave ourselves out. And then what happens is we begin to become so stressed and we become so tired and we become so just to the point where we just look, we can't take another further, okay? We can't do nothing else. And you become mentally and emotionally broken, and you have to be careful of that. So I wanted to actually give a definition of what self-care really is. And self-care is described as a conscious act one takes in order to promote their own physical, mental, and emotional health. Now, there are many forms of self-care that you can take. It could be ensuring you to get enough sleep. That's important. I know I lack sleep sometimes. I'm doing much better now that I'm walking more. I sleep a little bit. I get a lot better meaningful sleep than months past. So I sleep a whole lot better. Self-care can look like just walking outside and just standing in the air, or taking a bubble bath, or going to get a pedicure, your nails done, or something that makes you feel worthwhile, something that helps you get your mind off of the stress, the struggles, the issues going on in life. Self-care has been defined as a multidimensional, multifaceted process of purposeful engagement in strategies that promote healthy functioning and enhance well-being. Self-care is vital for building resilience towards those stressors we're talking about in life that you can't eliminate. I mean, stress is just part of life. But when you participate in self-care, it can make things a whole lot easier to manage. When you take steps to care for your mind and body, you'll be better equipped to live your best life. And like I said, a lot of people view self-care as like a luxury rather than a necessity. They don't make self-care, I should say we, because sometimes I can forget that I got to take care of me too. And sometimes we don't put self-care on our list of priorities. We don't make that a priority all the time, and we should. That should be one of the things on our list of things to do, is to take care of ourselves every day. Not just once a week, not just once a month, but every day. There should be some time set aside for you and your self-care, even if it's just 30 minutes to an hour. That is your time for self-care. So for me, I walk, and I walk at least 5 miles. So I'm walking an hour or more by myself most times, and people can, walk with you if you want them to. But and I invite people to walk with me if they want to. But if not, I just go and I have to do what I have to do for me. After a walk, I come in and take a shower, get ready for bed, and I'm it's a good feeling. It's a tiredness that it's a good tired. It's not a tired where you just exhausted from the day, from everything that's going on. It's a good physical. And it helps promote really good sleep. I'm telling you, I sleep like a just great sleep for real. But again, you have to find that which works for you. Uh, a lot of people, for me, I used to didn't want to go outside and walk, but I find that just, I go outside with my ear pods in and I'm walking, and half the time I don't even have music playing. I'm just listening to what's going on around me. I hadn't realized that just the noise, not just noise, it's kind of like a white noise type thing where you need, like for me, I need white noise at night to also help me sleep. So, and I have the fans running because I'm at that age where I'm starting to go through the change, and the sweats could be an ugly thing. Okay. But the noise from the fan, it relaxes me. So I find that when I'm walking, I'm just listening to the cars go by. I'm listening to people talking. I'm listening to the wind blowing, and it's just, nature, uh, birds just chirping, or squirrels running around in the trees. I'm just listening to all of that, and it's very relaxing for me to feel woosah. Really, it is. And I feel, and I'm getting snatched too, honey, because these inches, let me tell you, these inches, they going down. They going down. Yeah. So that's a lot of motivation as well. And I'm eating a whole lot differently than a few months ago. And I started this slim down program. This is part of my self-care too. Is to put some better stuff in my body. I find when I haven't had McDonald's in a few months now. The last time I had McDonald's, the only thing I got was cheese. I find that when I eat a cheeseburger from there, it's like it just sits on your guts. It just sit there like it don't want to move. And I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to eat that anymore. So I attribute that to me trying, I'm trying to do better with my eating a whole lot more fruits, a whole lot more vegetables, chicken, fish when my kids are, because my oldest is severely allergic to seafood. So I try not to cook it when they're here. The two younger ones can eat it, but I just don't even like to cook it when Mia is here because I don't want nothing going on. Okay. But fish, turkey, the slim down that I'm on says to, kind of stay away from pork. So I'm trying to do that. I mean, I miss a good pork chop and things, but hey, it's okay. I'm getting snatched. So now smoothies and all those type of things, just trying to do my body justice because they're, living with MS. I also need to watch what I'm putting in my body. Now, I'm not perfect at it. Okay, I'm just not. But I'm working on it. I didn't get this way overnight. It's definitely not going to completely change overnight. But the thing is, when you slip, you get back on the wagon. You keep going. Another form of self-care. I haven't been swimming in a while, but that can be aqua therapy can be good for you if you like to just swim. You can go get in the pool and just kind of relax in the water and just let your body float. Move your arms and legs around. It's good for people who have like joint pain a lot. It'll take some of that pressure off of your joints. So what are some of you doing for your own self-care? I see there's a couple people here. Good morning. Good morning. I keep the fan on for white noise too. Yeah. My younger daughter's like, Mommy, why you got the fan up so high? Because I need the noise. I need it so I can relax and sleep and stay cool. Because like I said, the change is not a joke. It's not a joke. I'm telling you. Someone is, let me see. Someone's messaging. And bushel and oh, thanks, Angel. I appreciate that. Again, we're gonna go back to the self care. So I'll giving you some things physically you can do. Sometimes you know meditation is good. Meditation, prayer, however you want to, whatever you want to name it. Sometimes sitting in silence is good to just bring you to the present. Um, I love walking as well. The fresh air and nutrients therapy. Yeah, walking is really good. It's nothing. It's not hard. It's not strenuous. Unless you speed walking, I do a little brisk walk, but I'm not trying to race anybody. I walk with pace, a good pace enough to start to sweat. And I'm also wearing waist trainers and thigh trainers to promote sweat and stuff like that as well. So when I'm done and I'm right good and nasty and wet and stuff because I got all this stuff on, but it turns out it works very well. And on those walks, it does it brings you to the present moment. It helps you promote positive change in your mindset. It gives you time to connect with yourself, reevaluate what's going on in your life, put things in perspective for you. It gives you a chance to think about things that you are grateful for. Think about things that really don't matter. Like you maybe you reacted in a negative way to something. Sometimes when you're on that walk alone and you start to replay events and you realize, I didn't need to do that, or I didn't need to say that, or that didn't even make any sense. But walking is very good. You're right. I take 6 vitamins and mineral pills a day and make little soup and half a gallon. Yeah. Now I'm going to be very I drink water. I just don't consume what I probably should consume. And a half a gallon is. I think we're supposed to do 100 liters at least. A gallon of water a day is the goal. But God knows I feel like a beach whale drinking all that. But I mean, you sweat it out, so you really do need to drink all that water because if you're walking like I'm walking, you need to stay hydrated because you don't want to get out there and not have enough water in your system. So I try to especially drink right before or during the day before I go walking, and you don't want to do it right before you just consume all that water while you're right before because then you end up having to stop and go to the bathroom. So, but yeah, water is important to your everyday life. You're supposed to have so much water. I think it's half your body weight. Now, that's a lot of water for me. I'm telling you, half my body weight. It says you need to take care of your body. We already know that. If you want it to keep and maintain. My goal. I'm 45 years old, and I live with MS, and I the knees are starting to creak every time you move. Oh Lord, you just hear stuff popping everywhere, and it's like okay. And I know that comes from me not moving as much as I should have been moving, and so it's getting better. I realize that I have to physically take care of myself as well, so that's why I'm walking more. It's keep in mind that there is a strong connection between your body and your mind. I think I've said this before. There is a strong connection between your body and your mind. And when you're caring for your body, you'll think and feel better too. Physical care includes how you're fueling your body, how much sleep you're getting, how much physical activity you're doing, and how well you're caring for your physical needs. Attending appointments, go to your doctor, Make sure you're getting your checkups and stuff like that. Taking medication as prescribed and managing your health are all part of good physical self-care. When it comes to physical self-care, ask yourself the following questions to assess whether there might be some areas you need to improve. Are you getting enough sleep? I can always use some more sleep. Is your diet fueling your body? Not just filling your body, but fueling your body. Like you eat fruits and lots of vegetables. Um, I, if you know me, a lot of people know I love vanilla Oreos. Like I could get the family pack and like take out a whole row. So now I go to the store and I look at them and I'm like, hello, is it me you're looking? And I have to walk by. I have to walk by and keep going. So I try not to buy stuff that I know that I will consume, snack, because I'm a snacker. I don't eat, and that's another thing. We'll talk about eating. I'm a snacker, and I particularly snack at night. I don't know. I must be a night rat in a former life. I don't know. But so now I have stuff like veggie chips, grapes and strawberries, peaches, bananas. Bananas when I helps you with or helps me when I want something sweet, especially when you know that time of the month shows up and you just want something sweet. I get a banana because it's a sweet taste there, or I'll eat mangoes, sweet, something that kind of helps with that craving of needing something sweet. Another question you should ask: are you taking charge of your health? Meaning, you have to be proactive about your own health. Like I'm giving information, it's up to you to utilize the information. The young lady Takima is in charge of the Slim Down, and her thing is, and I agree. I can give you the information. I can't make you do it. You have to find it within yourself to see that your fupa has been taking over your life and you want it to disappear. My fupa, I wanted to go. So I have to she can't do it for me. I have to do it. So you have to take charge of your own health. Are you getting enough exercise? Some of us, even myself, I wasn't getting enough exercise. I come home, and especially if I have the kids, I'll make the dinner and then, get ready for the next day, clothes. But I didn't include any exercise at the time. I just started being consistent in June. My walking journey started in June when I first started on the first Slim Down with Takima. And you have to find a good support system. I find that being in the Slim Down group holds me accountable. It gives me a support system that lets me know that I'm not in this by myself. It also gives me ideas because you can see what people are eating and the different things that they're cooking to meet the qualifications of the Slim Down. So that's helpful. Just even the videos that Takima puts out are hilarious, but they're truthful. And sometimes she'll step on your toes and they're cracking, but she's telling the honest to God truth. You have to take care of yourself, and it's up to you to do that. Nobody can do it for you, and I realized that too. And that's why June came, and I was just like, you know what? Let's do this. Just do it. Enjoy walking as much as I do, but I actually like, okay, so that's why I'm ready now. I put my sneakers on. I'm gonna take my kids to their father, and I'm going walking. So my Fitbit broke, y'all, so I gotta use my phone So until I get another one. But yeah, I was disappointed when the Fitbit broke. But anyway, another form of self-care, social self-care. Social, and I know it's hard because we got this whole pandemic going on, COVID, and you having to isolate and quarantine, and the restaurants just recently opened back up, places just recently opened back up for people to visit. But of course, only so many people can go into these venues, and some people are still socially isolating because of fear, and I completely understand. But socialization is key to self-care. Often it's hard to make time for friends, especially during this time. And it's easy to neglect your relationships when life gets busy or we come into a pandemic. But close connections are important to your well-being. And the best way to cultivate and maintain close relationships is to put time and energy into building your relationships with others. Now, I know I get busy, and I tend to, I probably don't make as much time as I should for the people in my life. And I know I recognize that I do need to do better with that. Um, so I own it. I'm one of those people that needs to do more of that. Um, So there isn't a certain number of hours you should devote to your friends. I mean, really. I mean, if you just call and text and check on them, now you can do what we're doing now: FaceTime, Zoom, to socially connect. You can have parties on Zoom. There are so many innovative ways to connect with people you know and love. Mental self-care. Some of us are not getting our mental health tune-ups. I get mine. At least every 3 months, I see my psychiatrist because, of course, we have to keep up to date with medications, and we have to make sure that everything is working well and that there are no new developments, and that I'm doing well mentally and emotionally. So I have my therapist. And if you don't have one, I would recommend that you, especially if you're dealing with mental and emotional challenges, to please find uh, a therapist who can give you the proper diagnosis that you need. If you haven't been properly diagnosed, if you have, just remember to, if you're on medications, take your medications as prescribed, and take care of yourself mentally and emotionally. It is vital to your overall health. The way you think and the things that you're feeling your mind with greatly influences your psychological well-being. So we have to be careful about all the things that we intake. Sometimes we have to close our ears. Sometimes we have to cover our eyes. Sometimes we just have to close our mouths. We have to be careful about what we consume. And I know it's hard with everything that's going on around now in society, especially being a Black woman and being Black. And it's just, being Black is it shouldn't be, but it is stressful. And so I have to be careful about how much social media stuff I take in, how much news I take in, because that stuff can become very overwhelming. And you have to be careful because it really does and really will affect you. Mental self-care includes doing things that keep your mind sharp, like puzzles, or learning about a subject that fascinates you. Like me, I'm all gung-ho about mental and emotional health, and that's what I dive into because I'm still a work in progress myself. And so I read a lot about mental and emotional health. I read a lot about emotional intelligence. I read a lot about emotional support because I feel that those things are important to my own growth. And I also want to be able to help other people not go down that same road that I went down in my younger days, for not having the proper mental and emotional support. That's a hard walk alone. And so that's why my passion has become mental and emotional health. Um, but yeah, you might find reading books or watching movies that inspire you, fuels your mind as well. Mental self-care also involves doing things that help you stay mentally healthy. Practicing self-compassion and acceptance, for example, helps you maintain a healthier inner dialogue. Here are a few questions you should consider. Are you making enough time for activities that mentally stimulate you? Are you doing proactive things to help you stay mentally healthy? Spiritual self care. Research shows that a lifestyle including religion or spirituality is generally a healthier lifestyle. Nurturing your spirit, however, doesn't have to do or involve religion, but it can involve anything that helps you develop a deeper sense of meaning, understanding, and our connection with the world, the universe. Ah. Whether you enjoy meditating, attending a religious service, or praying, spiritual self care is important. As you consider your spiritual life, ask these questions. What questions do you ask yourself about your life and experience? Are you engaging in spiritual practices that you find fulfilling? You got to think about those things. Take care of that spiritual energy. That's what actually radiates from you. You want to make sure that that energy you have is a spiritual energy that is positive, and that energy is radiating out to the people around you. So when you have that good energy in you, it will just come on out, and you can share it with other people. Emotional self-care. It's important to have a healthy healthy coping skills to deal with uncomfortable emotions. We all have them, like anger, anxiety, and sadness. Emotional self-care may include activities that help you acknowledge and express your feelings on a regular basis. Whether you talk to a partner or a close friend about how you feel, or you set aside time for leisure activities that help you process your emotions, self regulation, that's part of emotional intelligence. It's important to incorporate emotional self care into your life. When assessing your emotional self care, consider these questions. Do you have healthy ways to process your emotions? A lot of people don't understand that um, you really need to figure out where those emotions are coming from, what the triggers behind those emotions are, and try to process them in a healthy way so that you are not negatively reacting and doing permanent harm because of temporary emotions. And being able to do that also requires you to be self aware, knowing those triggers, knowing what makes you tick or not. You have to have a sense of self awareness, thereby you can regulate your emotions a whole lot better. It's important that we, if you haven't, that you kind of develop a plan to have your self care. Um, Self care is not going to look the same for you as it is for me. Well, because we different people, and you may like something that I don't like. Some people may want to go rollerblade. Some people might want to ride a bike. I don't know, but your self care is going to look different for you than it does for me. And so, hey, you got to make a plan often. So you take the time to, okay, let me reassess. Let me see if I need to change some things up. Let me see if I need to add some things or take some things away. Let me see if I can find a better way to do, an easier way to, or another time to do certain things. So yeah, you'll be doing a lot of reevaluating, reassessing, and that's good because you want to evolve, and you want to get better. So that's what self care does. And you have to remember, self care is not selfish. So don't let anybody tell you that it is. We have to remember to take care of our own mental and emotional health as well as our physical health, because how are we going to take care of anybody else? And like I said earlier, we as I know as a mom, I tend to have to put my kids and thinking about them and making sure I have everything they need and making sure school is going well, and with all that added stress of doing the virtual learning, being the teacher aide, the IT person, the still having to work and do all those things, is stressful. And so I have to remember that at the end of the day, I need my time. A lot of people figure that when you take time for yourself, you're being selfish. But self care is not selfish. Everybody needs time for self care, men, women, and children. Everybody needs time for self care. I hope y'all will remember that. This show is going to go a little bit shorter because it's ending our National Mental Illness Awareness Week. I've actually enjoyed this week. I'm hoping to do more of these in collaboration with Shana. Dr. Shana Williams had been on with me all week, helping me to host the series, and it was wonderful. We've had lots of wonderful conversations. It was amazing. And so I'm looking forward and starting to plan other events like this. So I'm working on logistics, and I'm working on topics of discussion where we can get on here and just have just discussions on different things about life, because anything and everything can impact your emotional and mental health. So life in general. So yeah, I'm excited about what we will be doing in the coming weeks, and I hope you all will, come back and join and participate. And listen, if you are dealing with emotional or mental issues, please make sure you reach out to someone for help. I know a lot of people, feel alone, especially during these times, but you are not alone. You are not. You just have to reach. Just reach. You can inbox me on Facebook. You can text my phone number is 919-964-0546. You can also email startspeakingstopstigma@gmail.com. If you are interested in emotional intelligence and emotional support coaching, you can visit my website at www.kimcess.com. That's www.kimcess.com. Or you can call or text the phone number to schedule your consultation, and we can get started on your healing. journey. I also have some information for those of us who are living in the Triangle area of North Carolina. I wanted to give some of that information for if you need to reach out to um, a clinical therapist for mental and emotional health. So some of the let's see, some of those are Holt Clinic. That's HOLTON Clinic. That's on Driver Street here in Durham. That number is 919-530-8210. They have sliding scale of fees based on income, and they service the services that they have or provide are substance abuse, addiction services, primary care, mental and counseling health services. So again, that number is 919-530-8210, and that is Holt Clinic here in Durham on Driver Street. Let's see who else I have. Got a lot of them here. Let's see. Durham Center Access. It's on Crutchfield Street here in Durham. The number is 919-797-1943. You can call for income guidelines with them. So I think they will assist you based on your income as well, but you have to call them for the guidelines. The services they offer are women's health, men's health, primary care, counseling, mental health, medical, and they provide HIV and AIDS testing. Hillside Wellness Center. It's on Fayetteville Street here in Durham. The number is 919-808-4161. They offer women's health, men's health, primary care, counseling, and mental health services as well. And you'll need to call them for income guidelines as well. Duke University Center for AIDS Research is on LaSalle Street here in Durham. Their number is 919-684-6875. They have sliding scale fees based on income. They offer substance abuse, addiction, primary care, pediatric counseling, mental health, health education, nutrition, sexually transmitted disease services, and so on and so forth. So you have to call for hours and with them. BART, BAART of Durham is on Mangum Street, 919-683-1607. They also offer a sliding scale of fees based on income, and they offer women's health, substance abuse, addiction, social services, primary care, counseling, and mental health services as well. Lincoln Community Center. They're also on Fayetteville Street. Their number is 919-956-4000. They offer a sliding scale. No one is turned away due to the inability to pay. They offer women's health, men's health, primary care, counseling, mental health services, and medical services. So those are some of the service places where you can go. It's Walltown Clinic is on Broad Street. They also offer sliding scale of fees based on income. Their number is 919-416-1254. That's Walltown Clinic on Broad Street. And one more, Lion Park Clinic on Halley Street in Durham. 919-536-4205. And self on income. And they provide primary care, pediatric care, counseling, mental health, and medical education and nutrition. This place also does labs as well. So those are a few of the resources that I have for you. To hope you were able to make note of that. And hopefully you'll be, if you need that, you reach out to those facilities to get the help that you need and deserve. I appreciate all of you joining and tuning in this week for National Mental Illness Awareness Week. So it ends today, but today is World Mental Health Day. Today is World Mental Health Day. So make sure you're taking care of your mental and emotional health every day. Every day, every day, every day. It's important. Make sure you take the time to provide yourself with self-care. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It is part of your health. So don't let anybody tell you that you taking time for yourself, taking time alone, or taking time to do the things that you enjoy doing for yourself, that you're being selfish. You're not. You deserve that, and you should take time to participate in those things that you like. So this ends the week. Hopefully, like I said, we'll be back in the coming weeks with other things. So I hope you will look out for those and tune in and join in and participate. But I really, really, really appreciate all of you tuning in and joining in and participating and sending your comments and sending your love and things of that nature. You've really been inspirational and encouraging. It's been a pleasure knowing that we've gone across the United States. We've gone across the sea. There was someone on the other night from Turkey, people, from Turkey. In the past, I've worked with someone from Sydney, Australia, with emotional intelligence coaching, and it's been really, really fun. And because it's different times, but it was great. And we still chat to this day. It's really great getting to know her and her family. It was awesome. It was an awesome experience. I never thought I'd be using or taking my passion that far, but God is a big God, and He opens doors, honey. He opens them, and when He opens them, they just like, and all you have to do is just walk on through, and that's what I've been trying to do. So I'm hoping to reach more people. Please make sure you refer those who are in need of emotional intelligence coaching or emotional support. Let people, you're not alone. You're not alone. Just reach. Again, you can reach me on my website at www.kimcess.com. You can send me an email at startspeakingstopstigma@gmail.com. Business number is 919-964-0546. I appreciate you all joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the Start Speaking, Stop Stigma movement. You guys are awesome. Until next time, no matter what, keep it moving. Peace.